Hi there, my name's Albert Aldridge, and in today's video I'm going to be teaching you what to do if you mess up your diet. Then later on in the video I'm going to tell you about body fat distribution and how you can tone up certain areas of your body. That's what's coming up. It's lovely to have you join me on this video. If it's your first time, I create videos designed to educate and entertain people at the same time, but really to educate people about how to lose fat around their current lifestyle whilst following a flexible dieting approach so they can still eat out, go and drink alcohol with their friends if they're going for a work do or something, and still lose fat whilst doing these things. And you can get a lean toned physique which is sustainable in the long term following a flexible dieting approach. If you're interested in this kind of thing, then please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell. And I've made a free weight loss calorie calculator for you, so you'll be able to work out the amount of calories and macronutrients you need to start losing fat right now. And there are more free resources within that ebook. It's the first link in the YouTube description. You just need to click that, put in your email, and I'll send it over to you. Now I'm going to move on to teaching you about what to do if you mess up your diet. Quick shout out to the lifeguards who watch this channel. I really appreciate you guys watching. You're going to be coming on the channel very soon, you lot. I have done videos in the past where I've taught you about what you need to do if you mess up your diet in terms of you've eaten over the recommended amount of calories you need to eat per day. And I've done lots of detail in previous videos, but if you look at it very simply, literally, if you have one day you're losing body fat at 2,000 calories a day and you go unexpectedly out to eat with work colleagues or something, and you have 3,000 calories on that day, and say you do that on the Wednesday, then days after that, what you just need to do until you weigh in the next Monday is spread out the calories to take them away again, if you see what I mean. So say if you're having 2,000 calories to lose fat per day, which is 14,000 calories across the week, you need to take away 200 calories each day from the 2,000, so you'd have 1,800 calories per day across the rest of the week to make up those 1,000 calories. A great question though that comes up is, what if you mess up your diet towards the end of the week before you do your weigh-in? That can happen, so what I usually instruct to clients is to not worry about the next weigh-in. Say if they do it on the Saturday or the Sunday and their weigh-in is on the Monday, I say don't worry about it because it would just happen this time. Just keep on sticking to the calories I've recommended you to eat per day and per week in order to lose fat, and do that for the next week. Then we'll do a proper weigh-in the week after. So they like do a weigh-in and then it would have to be 2 weeks instead of 1 week before they show me their next weigh-in, although we'd be in touch every week anyway. Plus with my nutrition coaching, it's 24/7 contact anyway. But in this video I want to really target the people who, when I say mess up your diet, you have gone on a weight loss diet, looked at a generic online diet plan, stuck to it, and you've been having 1,000 calories per day, 800 calories per day. You've been somebody, say, who's overweight, and you've lost a little bit of weight by following this really strict online diet that has told you to eat a very little amount of calories per day. But now you've hit a weight loss plateau, you feel very hungry, you want to go back up to maintenance, but you're not sure because you don't want to gain all that weight again. I'm going to teach you guys about what you need to do. Let's take a typical woman. They maintain their weight on 2,000 calories per day, 40,000 calories across a typical week, and then they start following an online diet which tells them to have between 800 to 1,000 calories per day straight away. They follow that for a little while, they lose 6 pounds in the first week, 2 pounds to 3 pounds in the second week, a pound in the next week, and then they hit a plateau, but they're not sure what to do because they're like, I'm really hungry, I want to go back up to maintenance, but I can't drop my calories a bit more. My cardiovascular activity is already high, so I can't add any more cardiovascular activity. What do I do? If I'm working with somebody who is at that point, what I do is I take their current metrics, I take their height, I take their weight, their activity level, I do some calculations, and then I work out the amount of calories I think they need in order to maintain their weight. Again, this is a trial and error process about working out somebody's maintenance, and total daily energy expenditure will affect this obviously from day to day, not too much. You always look at it with a lot of simplicity when you're doing it by yourself. But say if I've worked out a woman's maintenance to be 2,000 calories according to their height, weight and their current daily activity, I do take more data into account, but I'm just talking about the main three. Then what I do is, if they've been maintaining their weight on about 800 calories a day because they've followed this strict online diet, and what's most likely happening at this point is that their metabolism is very low. They're in a position where their body is trying to keep as much fat on them as possible. Because the body is being so starved of nutrients, is thinking, I've got to retain as much as possible just in order to survive and do normal bodily functions day to day. You think I should say to them, just go back up to 2,000 calories, but what I like to do is take usually a 2 to 3 week period, depending on how low they are below their calculated maintenance that I've done for them, and then incrementally I go back up to their maintenance roughly by about 200 calories a day every 3 days. So if somebody is eating 800 calories a day, I increase that to 1,000 for the next 3 days, get them to send me daily weigh-ins, do that again, so go to 1,200 calories per day for the next 3 days, and keep on going back up to maintenance. Because if you have that big spike, you will see quite a dramatic increase in weight. But if you do it incrementally, what I have found is that people's weight goes up but more slowly, so they don't gain unwanted fat. They will gain a little bit, obviously, because they're so low below their maintenance, but it's more incremental, more systematic, more controlled. Then we get back up to maintenance, we stay there for a while so the body can reach a weight where it likes to stay at, and then we start bringing the calories back down slowly, and then incorporating diet breaks and refeed days accordingly, so they can target body fat loss rather than just weight loss. And that prevents sacrificing any muscle mass by incorporating resistance training and doing diet breaks, refeed days, and taking the calories down slowly. Finally, I was going to talk about body fat distribution and how to tone up certain areas. If you're somebody at the moment who is at a normal weight, average body weight, but you're still finding that you have a lot of adipose tissue around the abdomen area and you want to be able to tone up and change your body composition because you want to get more toned. A lot of people say they don't want to get bulky, but resistance training is so necessary for you guys, because you need to increase your muscle mass and decrease your fat mass. That's the definition of body recomposition. Your fat mass is a bit higher than your lean body mass at the moment, and you need that to switch. So you need resistance training in order to do that. And I would recommend at least 2 to 3 times a week, more 3 times a week I like to steer towards, because you can do a really good push-pull legs routine or a full body routine 3 times a week in order to build up all the muscle groups. And as you do this consistently, what you will find over time, and you need to give it time, so maybe a few months before you review about how your body looks, and you need to focus on progressive overload with your resistance training sessions, doing squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, pull-ups, lat pull downs, anything to target all the body, especially compound movements, which are movements that require lots of different muscle groups to perform the movement. Keep your calories at maintenance for now, because you should experience body recomposition as your weight stays exactly the same. If you find after a few months that you are toning up, then keep persisting with it. But if you want to experiment a little bit, I like to, with people, take their body weight down ever so slightly over time. So I'm talking about 0.25 of a pound to half a pound a week, very slowly. So if you think of it, that'll be about £1 to 2 pounds per month, very slowly, as they're incorporating resistance training. And this little thing, and this little intervention of slightly losing body weight, really targeting body fat, because the slower you do it, the more ratio of body fat you'll lose compared to just body weight, water, glycogen. And as you progressively get stronger, you will find that your body visually changes, but you need to give it time. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to smash that like button. And if you've made it to the end, you're probably interested in losing fat. That is what I do as a job for people online and one-to-one as a personal trainer. If you're interested in my services, feel free to send me an email. It's albert@albertaldridgefitness.com, and my website is in the YouTube description. I've got the free weight loss calorie calculator ebook, the first link in the YouTube description. Make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my daily videos. I look forward to seeing you in tomorrow's video.